Hello guys, welcome back to our channel. This is Koti, your host on Moments with Koti. How are you guys doing? I hope you're doing well. I hope you're holding on strong. God is with you wherever you're watching from. You're welcome. For my returning subscribers, God bless you so much. For those of you who are clicking in to watch for the first time, thank you so much. And I hope that this will not be your first and last. May you continue to bring you, may you continue to come to our channel. So as I bring you this one, the things I have discovered that happen in Canada, in US, in UK. And when I mention it, those of you who live in UK, Canada, Australia, you would agree with me that these things happen, right? So if you are making up your mind to travel out of the country and you know that you do not have those qualities or you're not ready to change, my dear, remain in Nigeria, remain in Africa, do not bother traveling. So let's dive right into today's topic. One of the reasons why you may not be able to live outside the country in all these countries I've mentioned is that you must be ready to work hard. There's no free money in Freetown. That's in that nobody will just come and start giving you money. You have to work hard. You have to double your hustle. You have to even get extra shifts to be able to make extra cash, right? Because there you pay bills. The bills there are enormous and you must pay. There's nothing like you are going to owe. You cannot even owe tax. You cannot owe anything. So be ready to work hard. And you have anger issues. UK, Canada, Australia is not for you. So you have to remain where you are. If you know you cannot work on your anger, on a serious note, but if you can work on your anger issues, then you can live there. But if you know you cannot work on these anger issues, remain where you are, because there people are kind. I know there are people whose score is plenty, like people will go out of their way to just annoy you, but you have to learn how to control your anger. That place is one of those. You must be ready to pay your tax regularly. Like, you must be ready to be very consistent in paying tax, because outside this country, if you owe tax, you can be jailed for it. So you must be ready to pay your taxes as at when due. One of the things I know that most Nigerians will falter when they get there, or rather would commit that crime, is beating traffic light. But funnily enough, most Nigerians beat traffic lights while in Nigeria, in Africa, they beat traffic light. But once they travel out of the shores of this country, they become so law abiding. Why? And I hope that those of you who are watching this will agree with me that Nigerians living abroad, like, they are law abiding, but when they are in Nigeria, they beat traffic. So if you know that you cannot drive without beating the traffic lights, so guys, just know that you remain in your country, no need traveling. Another thing is, you might do a birthday party without anybody giving you money. I don't know if you understand. People can buy you gifts, but somebody will not just come and give you money like they do in Nigeria. People would use money to do a bouquet. People will use money to make a cake and come give you as a gift. No. Another thing is, when you do your birthdays, it's okay for you to share maybe whole cakes. It's very dangerous if you send a cake to somebody, because if the person have food poisoning, you can be arrested for that. So anything edible, sending edible gifts to people is very dangerous living outside this country. Those of you who live outside the country will agree with me that I'm saying the fact, right? So most times people who send their children to do birthdays in school give the school the money to buy the cake, so that children who are allergic to certain things, certain ingredients in the cake, will not be affected. So you buy gifts that are not edible, so that when the children go home, they show it to their parents before they can decide to use them. They can decide to trash them or use them. So if you are living outside the country and you don't know these things I'm talking about, please research on them and watch a lot of YouTube videos, because a lot of people share their experiences. I have siblings outside, so I know these things I'm saying for free. Another thing we do in Nigeria that you might find very funny when people do it to you outside is people wearing their shoe from when you don't even know to walk into your clean apartment. Like, you walk into it. So if you are kind of, you can say, please, can you pull them off? Some people don't see that. Like, if you tell them, they're looking at you like, why should they pull it? So it's very good. A lot of people, even in the US, they do these things. So I know what I'm saying. They just walk into your apartment, maybe a workman who is coming to do, maybe a janitor or something, they will just come walk into your apartment without removing their shoe. They don't see it as anything, but in Nigeria, it's, people will see like, yes, you have to pull your shoe. Somebody's house is very neat, especially when they have children around the house. It's wrong for you to bring in shoe into the house, so that you don't give the child an infection. You know, Nigerians love to shout. They just love to shout. Sometimes people shout for nothing. Even the way they talk, they'll begin to raise their voices even without them being angry. So outside the country, you need to learn to, reduce the tempo. You need to learn to reduce your tempo, because you'll not go there being rude, because that there's a way you talk, it will come across to them as being rude. So you need to control how you talk in public, in an office environment, because they'll be like, who is this person? Like, you begin to, annoy them. So you need to bring down your tempo when talking. Another thing that most people will find very funny is that you cannot travel to the UK, especially, and other countries, UK, Canada, Australia, and decide that your children will be in one room, like you get a room and parlor. It's not possible. You must have 3 bedrooms, one for husband and wife, one for the boys, one for the girls. They will not share a room. That's one of the things you must put at the back of your mind if you are relocating, because the house rent you're going to get, if you are maybe a husband and wife, which is 1 bedroom, it is different from when you begin to have children, like mixed sexes. You have to have separate rooms for them, so your rent is going to go up. So have this at the back of your mind. It's not like in Nigeria where 10 people will live in 1 bedroom apartment. So that's another thing you need to put into consideration before leaving. Wonderful. This particular point is very funny and interesting and serious at the same time. You cannot afford to spend above your budget, because then you even do more jobs to be able to earn more because of the kind of bills. There's something they call council tax. You pay other taxes. You pay a lot of things there. Water, television. You pay for your television. It's not like here that once you subscribe, that there you pay for your television, for your data, all those things you pay for them. So you cannot afford to be spending anyhow, like spending above your budget, because you are even trying to work extra shifts to be able to make extra cash. So even with your credit card, it's not everybody they give credit card. They must have known your financial status to be able to give you a credit card. And then again, there's a limit at which you can even spend from that credit card. So do not go there and be over extravagant, because maybe in Nigeria they don't give you credit card, or in Africa then you see that you feel you have seen an opportunity to overspend. So just be careful out there if you are traveling. If you know you cannot keep to these rules, just sit that way you are. Oops. If you don't like house chores, don't even travel, because there, to pay people to do house chores for you, to pay people to clean the house and do all of those things is very expensive. So if you know that you cannot do house chores, you cannot wash plates, you cannot clean the house, you cannot take care of the children, change diaper, my dear, remain where you are. Don't bother, because you will not be able to meet up. All those men in Africa that say African men, they are not supposed to do anything, don't bother going to the UK, especially Canada, Australia, because you need to learn to work together as a family. Why am I saying this? If your wife is on morning shift, you'll be on night shift, so that you'll be able to take care of the home front. If not, there will be katakata, and you have a problem in your marriage. Yes, most times you see that even couples who live outside the country, especially UK, they don't even have an opportunity to do they do that couples do, because they don't have the time to meet at the same time. How do I say it? If your wife is on shift, you are at home, and then if she's back, you are going. So maybe it's during weekends that they have time for each other. I don't know if this point is clear to you. I know that this one, I am guilty. If you don't like dogs, and you know that when you see people's dogs, you maltreat them, don't bother. Because there, they take care of their dogs. Dogs have rights outside this country. So if you know that you're not somebody who is somebody who is dog friendly, how do I even put the English? If you don't like dogs, you like to stone dogs, beat them up, do not go, because you'll be arrested. The owner will not take it kindly with you. So these are the things. You're not done having children, you have very little children, you need to have a rethink, because sending your children to a daycare, or having taking them to a child minder is not easy. It's not easy. Like, okay, now even bringing your parents or somebody to come and live in your house, it's not easy. So you need to learn to multitask before you start having children over there, or taking little children to that place, because you need to work and also be able to earn something to meet up with your bills. Do you understand? That's the difference. Most people like to just sit down, not do anything. They don't want to search for information. They don't want to know anything. They just feel that okay, people will talk about it and I'll hear. When you're living outside the country, you cannot live like that. You must be, Google must be your bestie, like best friends, because everything you need to search the Google to be able to know what's going on. If not, you'll be sleeping on a bicycle. So Google should be your friend when you live outside this country. Do not be business as usual, like in Nigeria where you go on social media, like maybe you're just on social media and you see a news flash. There are certain things you might not even see on social media, so you need to Google things to know them for yourself. You cannot make excuses for people, if you cannot tolerate people, if you cannot stay without judging people, don't bother traveling out of the country, especially in the UK. A lot of people live life the way they want it, and they don't need anybody coming to judge them, telling them how to live their lives. So if you know very well that you will not be able to keep quiet and mind the business that pays you, stay in Nigeria, remain in Africa, don't go out. There are couples who want to just live like roommates, cohabit without getting married. There are some who don't want children but they are married. There are some girls, you see boys and girls on the road kissing themselves, touching themselves. You can't say anything, you just look and pass, because there everybody has a right. You see a lot of them are transgender people. There, a lot of them are, that's what they want to be. You cannot come there and begin to judge anybody. Do you understand? Just go there, mind the business that pays you. Please, before you leave this country, go back again to this video, listen to it again. Please, when you get outside this country, UK, Canada, Australia, mind the business that pays you. Don't go there and get into trouble, because when these people sue you, you can't pay. Just mind the business that pays you. Take care of yourself and see you in my next one. Do not forget to give this video a massive thumb up and share this video to your community, and see you in my next one. Bye.